I know I'm not the only one to walk into a grocery store, see food, and instantly imagine it as a character. So to finally satisfy the itch, one of my first characters I'm making is based on the ever so popular watermelon. For some foods, I don't have such a clear design in my mind yet, so I lean into what personality I imagine them having. Kinda imagine her as a wise, sweet-looking, quiet type. Fortunately, once I solidified her personality, things started coming together pretty quickly. I knew I definitely wanted to give her a third eye and these little seed-like horns on her forehead, which I'll draw that out more in detail later. I never really imagined her to be such an elaborate character, so I'm giving her a fairly simple tail and making her fins inspired by the inside of the watermelon. I honestly wasn't too sure what to do with her clothes, but I think this black oil spill-like pattern ties back to the water connection this character is supposed to have. Plus I think it does well to incorporate the black from the rest of the design. It's a bit hard to tell here, but her hair mimics the outside stripes of the watermelon. I plan on making her hair have that similar stripe pattern on the actual doll. Even though it's very likely that I'll make a few changes here and there on the actual doll, I'm really proud of how this came out. The funny thing is, this illustration, which is technically more complicated, took me less time than when I do illustrations with a simpler art style. I'm not sure how that happened, but this only took about 5 hours, which I'm used to usually spending about 9 or more hours, at least according to Procreate. For the face, I actually used the 3D model as a base and then draw on top. You might have seen me working on this face in the first Sculpt With Me video. I like to draw my face designs on top of the 3D model just so I can get a completely accurate vision on how it will look in the end. The process is a bit backwards, but I find it easier for me to make unique faces if I sculpt the face first then come back over it in Procreate. Another thing that became really clear at this point is that I wanted to add subtle wavy lines to mimic those veins you kind of see on the inside of the watermelon. This will definitely be a fun part to paint on the actual doll. I know this first design process video was a bit shorter, but in the future I hope to dive a bit deeper into my characters and show how I play around with their designs. If you want to see how I may or may not have accidentally turned this sketch into a giant mermaid doll, check out this video here. Hope to see you there.